Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be sketching out my first, or I'm going to be doing my first scar design on my YouTube channel, and I'll just take you guys through the process of me sketching it out, what choices I'm going to make up for the design, and just walk you guys through the whole design process. Hope you enjoy. So let's get to sketching. First, obviously, I'm gonna lay the bottom of the road, I guess. The part where the car's gonna be sitting right down here. And then I'm gonna draw out the wheelbase. Now I'm gonna be doing a sports car. I'm drawing a sports car. Okay, I just got the wheelbase down, or the wheels down. And let's start sketching. So first I'm gonna connect the two wheels together, obviously. I think this part of the car is called the rocker panel. So I'm gonna just connect them with the rocker panel. And I like to start my cars with the rear end. I don't know why, it's just personal preference. And I'm gonna make it slope up like that. I don't really know what direction I'm gonna take this sketch in. I just wanna get some practice down. Let me raise that up a little bit more. Now for the back here, I'm gonna make it concave. Kind of reminiscent of old race Ferraris from like the 50s and 60s, but a little bit more flowing in nature, I guess. That might be a bit too high. Okay. Now I really want this car to be classically beautiful, so to say, but I want it to have modern touches, right? So I'm gonna have the two, like, you know, more curvy wheel arches, and then I'm gonna bring the front of the car up a little bit like that. Interior of the nose of the car, nice rounded tip. And I want this to be a little bit concave also. Actually, more like that. I really want the cars in this, or the lines in this car to flow very nicely and just be pleasing to the eye, you know, just carry all throughout the design. Okay, so now let's get to the windshield area. I really want to make the A-pillars quite thin for obviously better visibility, and it just looks less intrusive and more of a glass kind of habitat that you're residing in instead of a car, you know. And then I want to blend this line from the cockpit into the rear end of the car and have it be nice and seamless like that. This windshield's kind of Lamborghini Miura-esque with little kink, I guess, or the little part right there. But I really like that design motif, I guess you would say. And this type of window is also on the Alfa Romeo Montreal. Because obviously it was all designed by, what's his name? Marcello Gandini, right? Marcello Gandini is one of my biggest influences. His cars are just so beautiful. And they vary so widely. From the Countach to the Miura to the Montreal to the to the Spada or something like that, for example. Just really beautiful cars overall. And now for the headlights, I want them to be a little sharp, right? I want them to be sharp but kind of inviting to the car, so it looks sleek and, you know, kind of, I don't know how to say it, kind of sporty, that's the word. Sleek and sporty while still being beautiful. So it's kind of like a, I was gonna say a Viper, but I don't know. Are Vipers sporty? Now I really want the windshield to have a really exaggerated curve and go really far out in front from the windshield, right? To make you feel like the road, like everything that you're driving at is going over you, like you're just cutting through it, just type of, you know? Okay. Let's start getting some more, some harder lines down. Accentuate the rear end here. And I know the rear end looks kind of comical and exaggerated, but I kind of want that just to take the classical proportions kind of to the limits. And what I've done to, like, if the wheelbase was a bit shorter, it would look more a little bit too bunched up, right? So what I've done to kind of compensate for the exaggerated rear end is I've extended the wheelbase a little bit more, right? And just made the car more elegant. And this allows it to have more exaggerated proportions in the rear end. And it will also give the car more road presence, right? Because if it's a longer, wider car, sits on the road more, kind of like this Porsche, right? More wide and, I don't know, thick, I guess. Okay. And also, I really want I love the cars that slope in here at the little bottom part here. What do I call it? Oh yeah, rocker panel. At the rocker panel, I just find that really nice. Yeah, but I want the rocker panel to be curved in to give the car a sense of a barrel shape, right? And I know you're only meant to shade in one way, but I mean, it's just a sketch, you know. Plus, I like the way that these vertical lines show off the curvature of the panel, and then the horizontal lines are really good at just getting the shade down properly. Now this car would be a mid-engine car, right? That's why the rear end is bigger, so the engine would sit here, and that's why the hood is not as elongated as it would be if it was a front engine car, unless it had a really tiny engine. But no, it's gonna be a rear engine, and I want to keep a rear engine obviously for handling and cornering. Well, it's kind of the same thing, but for handling and also for coolness, for the sound obviously in the cockpit, having the engine behind you, and I want the front to be totally aerodynamic. No slits, no holes, no cuts, none of that. I just want beautiful, smooth, aerodynamic pointiness, I guess? I don't know. I just basically want a really beautiful, smooth, clean front end that's not disturbed by any gouges or intake ducts or vents or all that stuff. I'm not saying that stuff's ugly. No, it's super cool, but I just want this to be beautiful yet modern. And if this car was electric, I wouldn't even need any vents at all. I mean, maybe for the brakes if it's like a performance car. but you know, that can be worked out. Now, I really want to show the whole curvature that carries throughout the car here. Okay, I just got more of the shading done, and as you guys can see, I left these areas lighter, right around the wheel wells, or the wheel arches. Wheel well, wheel arches, same thing. Well, not the same, you know what I mean. But I left them lighter to show the, I'll draw a top-down view later, to show the more like Coke bottle shape of the car. I'll use the Porsche as an example again. But to show the little tuck in from the wheel arches in, right? And like in this Porsche here, I'm going to have the rear end be wider to give it more of that mean kind of wide stance. So I'm just gonna keep shading and I'll come back to you guys when I finish. Okay, I finished the shading on the body and now I'm gonna start working on the roof here. Now I want the roof to have a nice seamless edge at the back here and start to be more accentuated as you get here near the cockpit. Now for the mirrors, since camera technology has come so far over the years, and we don't really need the conventional mirrors anymore, because I'm just gonna draw out here an example. Like, for example, this is a regular mirror, right? Attached to the side of the car. This generates a lot of unnecessary drag, which is worse for performance, which is worse for fuel economy, and it's just inefficient and ugly. I mean, like, who wants friggin' side mirrors hanging out the cars? Like, back when they didn't have side mirrors, cars looked so much better. And you know. But, yeah, cars looked so much better back then. The BMW here, since it has no mirrors, it allows for the shape of the car to speak for itself. It doesn't need mirrors to be there as kind of like fake wings and just intrude with the body lines and the styling of the car itself. So, since camera technology has come so far, I think that we don't need mirrors anymore, right? So these have become obsolete, and instead we can use cameras, tiny cameras, right? Something like this, pointy at the end, so it cuts through very nicely. I'll draw it on the side here. So this would be the side of the car, right? Then this is the little camera receptor. Kind of like how the Audi e-tron does this, and the concept for the Lamborghini Urus did this as well. But those cars don't take it far enough, because those cars, they still have the little side edge here, and then they have the camera, right? So they have the side edge of the car and the camera pointing back. And while that works, it's not radical enough, and it still provides too much drag, too much unnecessary drag. So what we can do is we can get a camera here to work with the rear camera, and with computers and sensors project where cars around you are in a more efficient and streamlined solution, right? So then it creates less drag and it just looks more beautiful. So what I'm gonna do here in this car is add these mirrors here, and since I don't want the mirrors to just be kind of a thing that just looks tacked on after the car was designed, what I'm gonna do is, since the mirrors are these kind of this kind of cone-shaped camera like this here, right? And from the side, since it looks like a triangle, what I'm gonna do with the handle is I'm gonna make it kind of like the opposite, right? So it's gonna be sort of like the Tesla handle where you like push it in, right? So you would push in. This is a top-down view. You would push in from this side. The handle would go like this, drop out, and then you just pull on this part, and boom, door opens. Okay. And I'm gonna do it on the same plane right here, on the same plane, but at the same latitude or altitude. I'm gonna do it on the same kind of line, so then it looks like it's carried out. And it just doesn't look like a tacked on piece, right? So let me get the actual door worked out here real quick. And since this car is so radically curved, I would like the doors to open upwards, so it kind of gives you an entrance into the streamlined barrel shape of the car, and it gives it more of a sort of a butterfly type of thing. So if the car is the butterfly's body, the doors are kind of the wings, right? Now I gotta get working on the wheels, and my plan for the wheels is to do a flat, kind of one of those like flat rimmed wheels for less aerodynamic drag, but I want it to be curved like that, right? Because this shape is incredibly strong. It is incredibly strong. It's because if you push down on it, right, forces go out like that, and it's just an incredibly strong shape that you see in nature all the time. So I'm going to be incorporating this, taking hints from nature and incorporating it into the wheels to make them more durable and more aerodynamic and streamlined. Alright, I got the wheels done. I didn't color in the actual tires because if I did, it just kind of blend everything in too much. Now on this side, I kind of messed up. I needed to push the center line of the wheel a bit more inward for the perspective that I'm going for with the vanishing point in the center here. And about the perspective, I also need to draw the other side of the car here. Okay, now that we got the side done, or the side view done, I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to draw a top-down view right here, okay? Okay, I just got the top-down view sketched down, and as y'all can see, the body tucks in quite a bit there. You can see how far the windshield comes forward, right, on the hood. Now, you guys can probably tell I'm not that great of a artist just yet. I'm really trying to practice, and that's why I'm doing these videos, right, to practice and have chronological data of my progress. But I still need to work on my top-down views. Now I'm gonna attempt to do a front 3/4 view. I'm not too good at drawing cars in 3 dimensions yet, so just be aware of that. Be aware of that. But the only way to get better is to practice. So let's practice. Okay, I want to get the wheels down. Connect them with the rocker panel, or actually these wheels are too close. Let me scrap that. Because this car is a really exaggerated wheelbase. So it'd be more like there, no. Okay. Let's get these arches down. Now, I'm going to... Alright, I'm going to start with this front area here. Now, I always struggle with this. because it's kind of difficult to get the curve to go where I want it without looking totally off. So I'm gonna use these guiding lines here, trying to help me. Oh, I forgot in this car I should probably make this part darker to show the little bit of concave action that we got going on here at the front. And then the oh, this is not looking good. Whew. Front end's not looking too good right now. It just slopes down far too much. Alright, I'm gonna restart the sketcher because wasn't looking too good. So let's get the long wheelbase down again. Rocker panel. I'm gonna try to get the basic shapes of the car down before I start to tackle the front, because the front really killed me last time. Okay, we need to make this wheel a bit shorter. There we go, get the nice flowing line down. Need to raise this, I need to point this down. Oh, it's just so difficult to get this windshield here right. Is that about right? Alright, this is starting to look more like a car. Okay, this is looking way better. Let me get the rough shading down of the hood here to get the curved shape for the nose. There we go. And this curved theme here carries out throughout the whole body of the car. Get the center line down there. Okay, got the headlights down. I think I made the car too long this time, so let me just draw over this area here. I'm gonna sketch this part in, shade it in, so the rear wheel is less noticeable. Okay. Alright, the car looks more like itself now, right? More barrel shape. It's still not perfect, and I still have a long way to go in getting better at 3D perspective drawing of cars, which is obviously necessary. Let me get the wheels down, 3D, put the wheels down, and the shadow under the car so it looks more planted here on the road, like it's an actual thing, not just floating in space randomly. Alright. I mean, it's way better than this one, the 3D perspective one. Now I still need to do a lot of work on my perspective, but it's a pretty good first step. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it that. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you know of any good videos or if any good resources to help me further my drawing or get better at perspective drawing, or any tips, any types of things I could have improved or done better, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. This has been Daniel. Have a good day.